Hey there, Gravette Lions fans. This is Hayden.
And I'm Paul, and you're watching Gravette Gameday. So now it's time for football recap. Last week, the Lions lost their second conference game by a score of 44-16. The Lions couldn't keep up with the Tigers, as the Tigers brought the game into halftime 27-8. The only score in the first half for the Lions was an 80-yard touchdown to Cordell Donnell. Cy Hilger ran in the other score for the Lions, but it was a little too late.
Now it's time for the football game coming up. The Lions hope to bounce back this week against the Huntsville Eagles. It is a must-win game if the Lions want to have a playoff run. Last week the Eagles lost to the Elkins Ups 44-6, which brings their record to 2-3. The Eagles scored on the opening kickoff, but the Elks ran away, scoring 44 unanswered points. Now we're to Paul from yesterday.
What's up, guys from the future? It's me, Paul from yesterday, and I'm excited to break down Huntsville's offense. So without further ado, let's get started. So they run the spread offense, which means that they have everybody spread out. So they have 2 wide receivers over here, 2 wide receivers over here, and they have their normal 5 linemen and, of course, a quarterback and a running back. So what this does to the defense is it spreads everyone out, and they're going to run a variety of things. But their favorite thing to run is screen. So with this, screen is what I'm about ready to show you. This is a halfback screen. So your tailback, he's going to come up here, and he's going to act like he's blocking. These outside receivers are going to run slants in here to block, and it's going to make these guys follow. Whenever they follow, and all the linemen take their pass sets, and you have a bubble screen out here. Whenever that happens, the quarterback immediately takes his drop and backs up as far as he can, and the defense is just going to come bull rush all the way through. And whenever this happens, these linemen release up and just free release, and then they're running out, and they get to block small guys like me, which is a pleasure for them. And then this tailback turns around, leaks out here, and then there's no one to stop it. And it's really to make teams stop and stop coming upfield, make them stop blitzing. I mean, it's just a helpful play. And this screen over here is called a bubble screen. A bubble screen is whenever your slot receiver takes off running behind the line of scrimmage, and your quarterback can just dump it out there and let your athlete go make a play. These are the screens that they run, and we enjoy it, and I will see you later. Thank you, Paul, from yesterday, and now it's time for the picks, which is our favorite part of the show, and hopefully yours. So for our first game, we have Berryville at Elkins. Hayden, who you got?
I pick Elkins. They've shown that they're one of the best teams in the conference and will dominate Berryville this week.
I have to agree with Hayden. The Elks are a stellar defensive team. They run a really good spread offense, and I feel like they are going to dominate Berryville in a not even close game. And now it's time for our second game. We have Green Forest at Gentry. Hayden, who you got?
I picked the Pioneers. They have a very talented offense, and the Tigers will not be able to keep up.
I have to agree with Hayden. Gentry is a very talented offensive team with Jarnigan at the helm. I feel like their spread offense is going to be very deadly, and they're going to score a lot of points on a not so great Green Forest defense. So we're going to switch things up a little bit. This week, for our third game, we have Huntsville at Gravette. Hayden, who you got?
I'm going to pick Gravette. They have a more talented team, and I think they're going to come out and play a good game, especially since they need this win to go to the playoffs.
I'm going to agree. I'm picking Gravette. Huntsville has not shown, they've shown that they can compete with Gentry, but after losing 44-6 and not scoring any offensive points on the Elks, I feel like Gravette is going to win in a hard-fought football game. And now it's time for our game of the week. We have Shiloh at Prairie Grove. Hayden, who do you have?
I'm going to pick Prairie Grove. I think they'll come out swinging. They want to show that they're at the top of the conference. Shiloh's young and Prairie Grove is experienced, and I think they'll pull out the upset.
I'm going to have to disagree. Shiloh has a very good quarterback in Eli Wisdom, and they have a very great, stellar spread offense that they run, very good coaching staff, and I feel like Shiloh is going to be prepared to go in there and take care of the Tigers. That's all this week from us. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Go Lions!